You're watching Celtic Fans TV. Don't forget to subscribe below. 1-0 today, mate. What do you think of the Celtic performance?
I think it was an emotional day for everyone, you know, and I think it's so fitting that Big Jozo scored number 5 in the 67th minute. You just can't believe stuff like that. But I think the fans were brilliant. It was a brilliant tribute, and 3 points at the end of the day, that's all you can ask for, you know.
Do you know what, it wasn't the best performance ever, but I suppose at the end of the day the results the most important thing. But I'll go by Simunovic, number 5 in the 67th minute. I mean, that was just written in the stars. So yeah, 3 points closer to the title. Great.
I thought it was really slow, lacked urgency, a bit like stirring treacle at times. You know what I liken it to? It's like you seen the marathon runners coming up 100 yards to go, he breaks down and his pals gather him up to get him out of the line. That's where we are right now. We're relying on Aberdeen Day as a solid tomorrow, and it shouldn't be that way.
Mixed bag. I thought we were better in the second half than we did in the first, but it's the same old performances with Lennon, you know. It's just with the system we play, we need pacey fullbacks, and we didn't have that at the moment. Izagiri and Lustig, it's just no good enough, I'm afraid, as much as they try hard. But great, I mean, Simunovic, number 5 in the 67th minute. You know, it's written in the stars. I know. Noticed that the sun came out when the service was starting earlier on as well. You know, I'm sure Caesar was looking down and he was very proud.
Flat again, but it's another 3 points. 1 more point to go.
The result's good. The performance was dire, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? But it's quite fitting today of all days. You know, the day that we celebrate our greatest captain ever. The number 5 turns up and scores the winner. So that was written up there, wasn't it? You know what I mean? But no, I mean at this stage of the season, it's all about the result, and we got the result. We're 1 win away for the league. But in terms of the performance, yeah, it could have been a lot better. A lot better.
We've seen Sinclair start on the left-hand side instead of Hayes today. How do you think Sinclair done, and who do you prefer in that position?
I think it was a tough afternoon for Sinclair. I think he could have taken his man on a bit more and kind of got to the byline and been a bit more aggressive. But I think Hayes has been good in the last few weeks. So I think looking to the cup final and the running, I'd like to see Hayes start there. I think he's come onto a game the last few weeks, and that's positive, you know.
Do you know what? I've got to go with Johnny Hayes all day long. I've got to say, I think Scott Sinclair, the first season I thought he was absolutely outstanding. The past couple of seasons I think he's been going through the motions. I don't know what the situation is, but yeah, got to say Johnny Hayes for me.
I think he done okay, but I do prefer Hayes in that position. Like he showed in the semi-final that he is better in that position. Like we looked more like attacking, we looked more pressurising when he was in the left wing.
I think Sinclair did really well today. Sent in he had a couple of rash shots, but at that point of the game we were really looking for somebody to score a goal. But I thought he did really well. I prefer to see Sinclair starting on that side with KT behind him. I think that combination works really well. Johnny Hayes has done well over the last few weeks, but out in the right there he did nothing for me. So yeah, Sinclair would be my choice.
I didn't think I thought he was poor. You know, I thought that when the ball was going to him, he wasn't really. Scott Sinclair 2 seasons ago, you know, he gets the ball, he turns and he runs at defenders, and for me, not just this game but this season, I think he's just been really no at it at all. And to be honest, I would have rather had Hayes up there, because at least Johnny, he kind of like, you know, he tries his best. I'm not saying that Scott Sinclair doesn't he, but you expect a lot more from him, you know what I mean? You know, because he's got bags of quality, and he's lightning quick, and he can score a goal. So you expect a lot more from him.
I think he's lost his confidence again. But to be fair, I would lose my confidence too if I was being not being played ahead of Johnny Hayes. You know, I mean, he was on form until Rodgers left, and then as soon as Lennon came in, he got dropped to the bench, and he's just not been the same since. I was hoping he'd have a good performance today, but it just wasn't happening for him today, I'm afraid.
Obviously, as you touched on, been an emotional week for everyone involved with the club. Is there a more important figure in our history than Billy McNeill?
Well, I think for me, growing up, it was you hear about the Lisbon Lions, you know, guys like McNeill, Johnson and that. So I think to see the tributes there, the statue, and just the way the fans were before was just so emotional, man. So it was great to be here today and be part of that, you know.
No, I don't think so. I mean, Billy McNeill, my first season as a Celtic supporter was the centenary season 87-88, and I actually made my first communion the day after we won the double at Hampden. So. Yeah, and I'm actually just about to go and put a scarf beside Big Billy's statue. But yeah, question for me, the most important figure in our history.
Absolutely not. Well, one maybe, Big Jock. But Big Jock, Wee Jinky and Billy, that's the three. You see the statue outside Old Trafford with the three legends. Well, they're your three legends.
Maybe Jock Stein, but Billy McNeill, he's Mr. Celtic, you know. I mean, there's no very many players, you know, that would maybe get a statue here. Maybe Henrik Larsson, but that's about it. And obviously Jinky and Jock and Brother Wilfred. So, he's an icon, and obviously he was before my generation. But you know, his legacy will live on, and you know, he'll always be remembered at this club.
No, no for me. Suppose you could say Jock Stein, because he's the one that kind of led us to that was the manager when we won the European Cup. But for me, Billy was just Mr. Celtic, wasn't he? You know, and you see fans for other clubs, you know, paying their respects to Billy, which is really refreshing, and an indication of the man that he was, not just the player. He was a brilliant player and a brilliant captain. But in terms of Billy McNeill as a person, you know, I mean, everybody's coming here and paying their respects. You know, the Kelly fans. I think I've even seen a couple of Rangers scarves as well. So I mean, you know, he was a big figure in Scottish football, and it won't be the same way out, to be honest with you.
On to Pittodrie next week. One more point. How do you see it going up there?
I think we'll win it. We only need 1 point. I think Aberdeen will do us a favour tomorrow. So it's really a dead rubber, but I think we'll win it 1-0.
I hope they just go up there and get the job done, man. You know, whether it's 1-0, 5-0. I mean, you want to just get it done and then just look forward to the cup final. You know, the treble game. That's what everyone wants.
I just don't know what we're going to get, to be honest. It's a mixed bag. I don't think it'll be like the semi-final. I think Aberdeen will be a bit more disciplined than they were in the semi. We ken what they'll do. They'll put 10 men behind the ball. They'll man mark us. It's just a matter of whether we'll get through or no. I don't think it'll be the goal fest like it was the last time at Pittodrie.
Well, I'm reasonably optimistic because we have got a good record up there at Pittodrie, so I'm hopefully that, you know, we can go up there and get the point that we need. It'll be tough, especially if we put in the same level of performance next week as we did today, but fingers crossed we can get over the line and we can just secure up 8 in a row.
Who's your man of the match today?
It's got to be Jozo, hey, for that goal. 100%.
Number 5, Jozo Simunovic, it's got to be.
It's either Billy McNeill or Jozo Simunovic.
I thought Scott Brown was good today, but I can see why they gave Jozo the man of the match award for obviously number 5 and all that, and he scored the goal. You know, he managed to get through that Kelly defence. You know, so I would agree with Jozo, but Scott Brown for me.
Big Billy, channeling the spirit of Billy McNeill for that goal by number 5 in the 67th minute. Couldn't have written it any better.